Hey, it's Tina Forsyth here. If you are feeling stuck in your business, especially if you've been feeling stuck for a while now, there is something that you're tolerating. There's something that you're tolerating that you have not dealt with yet. That's getting in the way of getting you unstuck, of moving you forward. So what is a toleration? A toleration is recognizing that something's not working, but not being willing to do something about it. So by all means, there's always times in business where there's things that aren't working, or there's things that aren't working anymore. They used to work, but they're not working now. Maybe it's related to your marketing efforts. What you used to do to market and find clients and such used to work really well, but it's not working anymore. But if you're not willing to deal with it, if you're recognizing it's not working, but you're not willing to deal with it, or you don't know how to change it, or you maybe know how to change it, but you wish you didn't have to deal with it. That's a form of a toleration. We can have tolerations with team members. We can have tolerations with clients. We can have tolerations with ourselves, not showing up as the leaders that we know we're meant to be. Now, here's the way I want you to look at a toleration is imagine your business is a bucket and you're working hard. You and the team are working hard to pour into the bucket, to fill that bucket up, maybe even to overflowing. That's what you're looking to do. If you have a toleration, every time you have a toleration, it's like a little hole in the bottom of that bucket. Little hole. So if you have a couple of tolerations, maybe you have a slow leak right now. Whatever you're pouring in, there's things trickling out there. If you have a whole bunch of tolerations going on in the business, it might feel like everything you're pouring into the business is just leaking right back out again, right back out the other side. So my question to you today is this. What are you tolerating? What are you tolerating? Just be real with yourself. Maybe you're tolerating a team member that's not performing at the level that you know you want and need. Maybe you're avoiding dealing with that team member because you don't like having tough conversations, or you're not sure what kind of conversation you should be having and how to fix it. Or maybe, you know the conversation that you need to have, but you just know it's going to be such a challenge and it's going to open up a whole can of worms and might lead to you having to find somebody else. Tolerating in team members can be a very big thing at times. Tolerating clients is another example of this. If you're working with clients who are no longer a fit, if you're working with clients where you can no longer bring the best of who you are to the table, that's a toleration. How do you know it's a toleration? It's a drain every time you think about it. It's a drain every time you think about that client or having to deal with them or whatever that might look like. And again, tolerating ourselves. I mean, by all means, believe me, there's plenty of times I'm tolerating some of my own bad habits and the way I get in my own darn way in this business journey. So what are you tolerating right now? What are you tolerating right now? Write down a big old list. You might have a short list. You might have a big old list. Either way, it doesn't matter. Write down that list and challenge yourself to deal with one or two of those things this week. Challenge yourself to deal with a toleration. Challenge yourself to make a change, to have a tough conversation, to step it up a bit, to show up differently in some way. And then look to see what happens as a result of this. I would love to hear what's coming up for you around this. Now, if you're game to share what your tolerations are, by all means, go ahead and share those. You may not want to share those publicly in a comment, and you're welcome to send an email to me, tina@tinaforsyth.com as well. And I would be happy to see where I can maybe provide you some insight or some aspects that you might want to work on there. But here's to letting go of tolerations. Here's to letting go of the things that drain us in our business so that we are free to continue to rise and grow and expand to the next level that we know we're meant to be in. All right, until next time, it's Tina Forsyth. Take care. Bye now.